Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Harambe's Bauble podcast, the Magic the Gathering podcast. This is episode number 14. I don't know any cool things about the number 14, but I am your host, DC, one of your hosts at least. Joining me, per usual, is my other our other host, I should say, Will. What's up, Will?
What's up, man? How we doing?
I'm okay. We took a little hiatus for the holidays. Holidays were good. I on
And now we're back.
Now we're back. We're here. We made it. We're in 2026 somehow. Last year was so long it felt like 2026 already started. So like you know how you normally mess up on like dates and stuff like that, and you put 2025. Like I was like 4 months already into 2026 and mentally. So I think I was just ready to
ready for it.
Yeah, I think I was just ready.
I don't blame you.
How's your holidays?
Not too bad. Not too bad. A lot of traveling. Have a bunch of family up in Michigan, so there was a lot of road trips with the pups. But it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you hang around this area? Did you travel?
We traveled a bit. Went back to Moorhead, where I'm from, for a bit, and went to Louisville for her parents, and nothing crazy, just those two places. But on Christmas Eve, I did open up a pack of Avatar outside of my 12 days of Packmas, which did conclude. I think it was a success. I had some pretty cool pulls in my 12 days of Packmas, including an all-star of last night's game, Amulet of Vigor, which I just recently traded to you and got a new fresh copy. So
a crisp, new, fresh copy.
Very crisp, dude. It's crazy. Yeah, that was my favorite part, was cracking World Wake. That was, I mean, it's my all-time favorite set. So the fact that I got a hit out of it too, pretty nutty. But yeah, I cracked a pack of Avatar, just one single pack on Christmas Eve to treat myself, and it happened to be a Walls of Ba Sing Se.
That's awesome.
Yep.
So cool, dude.
Yep. So I slotted that in.
Have you figured out what you're gonna do with it?
I put it in Brea.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, just
makes sense.
Give me a little extra protection. 8 mana is nothing in that deck because I've got so much mana, colorless mana production, that it's like no thing. So
yeah,
we did, however, see our friend Mike, good friend of the show. He made a Walls of Ba Sing Se deck.
He did.
As his commander. Now, he didn't do the whole wall tribal thing, which we're still looking for. We still want colorless wall tribal. We want that to work. But it's pretty nutty what he did with it.
Yeah. That card is insane, man, because it's like as soon as it hits the battlefield, especially if he has a way of protecting that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a uphill battle for sure.
Yep. Yeah, if he was putting like indestructible counters on it, and obviously you've got like
now Eldrazi left and right. And
yeah,
which are then indestructible.
His best play so far was he attached something with World Slayer, and if he deals damage to someone, combat damage to someone, he destroys all permanents. Well, all this stuff had indestructible because Walls of Ba Sing Se, so he just cleared everyone's board, including their lands, and so we're like, yep, we all scoop.
Yeah, that's a cool deck.
Yeah, he did a lot of cool stuff with it. He definitely has its limiting factors, like removal is not, he doesn't have a lot of that because there's not a lot of colorless removal, and the ones that are pretty bad. But all the other stuff he can do, like you said, with the Eldrazi and all that, pretty nasty deck he built.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think the colorless wall tribal will quite be that deadly, but
it definitely,
it's cool though seeing just that as a commander.
Colorless wall tribal with Ba Sing Se definitely feels like a true bracket one, where you're like, you're not trying to win, you're just trying to have fun and do your thing.
Maybe like Magic, like 2035, there'll be enough
colorless walls.
Maybe there'll be some like, Yeah, some crazy walls that come out to where you can do it.
It's like uh poison and death touch walls without defender.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. But we got in some good
Uh,
games over the break for sure. Namely, last night we played and we were me, you, and Sam doing green things.
it made me so happy.
Yeah.
I was so happy to see you guys playing green, especially Sam. I
Yeah.
feel like it was just I don't know. It's always a good thing to see someone come into the world of green and just get to experience that. Oh my gosh, I get more lands? Yes, you get more. Please take more. And it's just, yeah, that was fun. I think he
uh,
enjoyed it too.
yeah, I think we were kind of taking Mike off a little bit because we were taking like 30-minute turns a piece, just like
Yeah.
getting all the triggers from landfall and fetching lands and drawing a bunch of cards because you have a bunch of mana. You can
I
do
will
whatever you
say
want.
though, I mean, I'm glad that it was a four-person game because 1v1 versus the Walls of Bossing Say deck, that would be a pretty tough matchup. But I felt like the three of us, we had enough kind of removal shenanigans where we were able to kind of keep us in most of the game. I mean, you won the first game,
Yeah,
and then I managed to squeak by in the second one, and so we outlasted the Walls of
we
Bossing Say,
we
but
did.
only just.
Yeah, I mean, Mike casted Emrakul, the one I forget the which one that one is. Is the one where you steal your opponent's turn, but they get an additional turn after that. And he took my turn, and realistically, he probably should have taken your turn, but he killed you instead. And so then he took Sam out with me, but then he left himself susceptible to all my 0/1 plant tokens, which were buffed like crazy. They were like 7, 8, or they're like they had like 7/1/1 counters on them, so it was 7/8s, and so he didn't have enough blockers to deal with that, and he only had like 14 life, so I took him out the very next turn. So I got lucky there. And then man, that defense you built up with vigor and I forget the name of the on this is the second game we played. I forget the name of the one enchantment where you could just sack lands to give stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What is that guy's name? Sylvan Safekeeper.
Yeah.
Yeah, sack a land, target creature gains shroud.
I almost
That was good.
infinited. I did actually infinite. I had infinite mana,
You
but
did.
I didn't have anything to do with it because I had no card draw engine. So I thought I could just pump all my stuff to trample over you with Ronus, but you're like, actually, I could just give all my stuff uh not take damage. Like so it doesn't matter.
Vigor.
Vigor,
Yeah.
yeah.
Vigor just prevents all of it. And then when you tried to blast my stuff, it was like, all right, well, I'll sack a land and get a
Exactly.
shroud. And
Yeah. Crazy.
yeah,
What a
that's the thing. That top deck, it's like a crock pot. Like it takes a while to get things cooking, but it's fun. It's a fun one once it gets going. It was cool to see Omnith dust it off too, and I love all the changes that you've been making. You could tell there was a lot more just landfall synergy, which is what you were, I know, trying to go for.
Yeah,
Which is cool.
I tried to also do a bit of Earthbend. There's still a bunch of cards I got to order for that, but I tried to use the ones that I had, like Boomy and the one Toph that you have, which is the red green one that when you cast spells you Earthbend. But I never saw the light. Those
Yeah.
never saw the light of day. They were actually both in my opening hand, and I had to put them back because my starting hand was nutty with Amulet of Vigor and a bunch of other great early play stuff. And in hindsight, I should have kept at least one of them. But yeah, I'm glad you liked the retooling of Omnith. I actually spent a lot of time on it. I deconstructed my Popper deck because no one ever plays Popper Commander anymore in our pod. So I pulled some of the land fetch stuff from that I needed for this. And yeah, went landfall heavy. I run exactly one mountain and one plains in the whole deck because 90% of what I do is green.
Yeah, you had like 40 lands out. I felt like by the end of that game, you just had a stack, a big
it
old stack.
it was like it was like 20, I think. Yeah. Which is pretty stupid, honestly, when you think about it, because it really wasn't that deep into the game either. We were just taking really long
No.
turns.
Yeah, well, and you had the Tatiova, so you kept just drawing extra cards to every landfall, and you were just getting more
Yeah,
lands, and
and then Mike board
had
wiped
some good
and
synergies.
destroyed me. I had such a nasty board state, making crazy tokens, drawing a bunch of cards. I had AC on the field too, so I was drawing two
Yeah,
two cards a turn at least. It was pretty wild stuff, and I'm excited to play more Omnith. I don't know. It was a lot of fun to play. It was a lot of fun to play.
I agree. And we were all like, I mean, we had decks that had some removal, but it wasn't like super removal heavy. So it was like each of us kind of got to have our own engines go off a little bit, which was kind of fun.
I think I have 3 total things in that deck to be able to remove things. There's like a Path to Exile, Domri, and like one other removal spell. Oh, Terastodon. And it's not even a good removal spell. It's just non-land permanents that it gets rid of. Or non-creature permanents, sorry. Non-creature permanents that gets rid of. No counter spells, even though I run blue. There's just 0 counter spells in that whole deck. I was like, let's have fun in boat race. That's what I want to do with it.
Yeah.
I do
It's
have
fun having a deck like that.
It is. I do have 3 infinite combos in it, but as you found last night, the one doesn't really even matter unless I have card draw, which is not. I mean, I've got like 3 cards in the whole deck that can give me infinite card draw for land ETBs. It doesn't. There's no fetch. There's like there's no tutors or anything like that. So if I just happen into it, I happen into it. So I'm definitely is not bracket 4.
Yeah.
Like it's definitely a hard bracket 3. I would even say a 2.5 because there's not even that many great cards in it. Just a lot
Feel
of
you.
fetch, fetch, landfall.
Yeah. Good, clean magic, just as God intended, right
Exactly.
there. I love it.
I really did it for you. It was your late Christmas present.
No, man, it's been so cool just seeing how much earthbending I feel like has kind of just sparked and inspired like so many of us in our pod, and just like seeing it pop up in different variations, and such a cool concept. This avatar set really just turned out to be, I mean, I think you and I both were kind of underestimating what it was going to be before everything dropped. And I mean,
Yeah.
it's really surprised me in a lot of great ways. And there's some just amazing cards, and so many fun new mechanics. It's almost kind of a shame that we're probably not going to see some of the bending techniques again. But
Yeah, it is a shame unless they do a Legend of Korra set, which I guess they probably could, because I think Hasbro has the rights to the Nickelodeon stuff just in general. I think they just produce all of the Nickelodeon stuff, Hasbro. So they could probably
okay.
do that, which is, I mean, we're about to me and my kids are about to finish Avatar, so we're about to watch Legend of Korra because I never finished Legend of Korra. I got like 1 season in. It wasn't for me, but apparently it gets really good after the first season. So apparently it's a slow burn. But yeah, they could do that. So maybe we'll get it again. I hope so because there's really not a ton of earthbending, and maybe that is for the best because good lord is it powerful. And
Yeah.
and as you said, I
Yeah.
think we both just kind of underestimated the set a bit. Some of the like I'm jumping ahead a tad bit here about talking about prices, but like a lot of commons and uncommons have just been trickling up on the price because there's so many cards that are like making waves in standard. I mean, the best deck right now in standard is lessons. It's all about lessons, and like there's not very many rares in that deck. It's mostly just commons and uncommons. So yeah, stuff like that, man. I think there's a lot of good
Cool. Yeah.
synergies. I think I know you probably haven't drafted it, like hard drafted it, but I do on Arena, and it is a really fun draft set. And we were actually talking last night how that like there's just so many good synergies between like water bending and earth bending and lessons, and everything just fits so well. It's a very well thought out set. Shouts out to Wizards for this one because it's a great set.
I agree, and I also I love the synergies between some of them. That's kind of like the theme that I'm going with the Toph Metal Bender deck that I'm doing of Earth Bending and Air Bending, because so many of the Earth Bending cards are just ETB.
Yep.
So paired up with Air Bending, and then you can get to have that ETB trigger again, and um, Yeah, just so cool, so synergistic, and I just love the flavor too
Yep.
with this set. It's very flavorful, and big fan,
Yeah.
big fan,
Yeah, big
big
fan.
fan.
And then like, honestly, waterbending works pretty well with Toph as well, although there's probably not a lot of waterbending cards in her color scheme, but I know there's some white ones, but um because you can use artifacts to tap for the and you're obviously doing a lot of artifacts and I don't know, it just feels like
Yeah,
it's very very well put together, thought out, everything interconnects very well and it's very well interwoven within the set.
I agree. I agree. Yeah, honestly, I think this was probably my favorite set of 2025.
Ooh, um over Final Fantasy, that's
I think
tough.
so. I mean, just when I think of like some of the cards that I've gotten, I mean, I wouldn't say that I would live in a world where there was no Final Fantasy and we only got Avatar. But I think I just enjoyed Avatar. Like I like the earthbending, I think just a little bit more.
Well,
But I wouldn't have
really,
gotten Tifa without Final
yeah,
Fantasy. So I guess there's kind of the
earthbending definitely harkens to
but
your play style, that's for sure. It's tough, man. Like people want to complain a lot about the universes beyond and stuff like that, but as we've talked, I mean, Final Fantasy and Avatar are both great sets, and at the end of the day, like I don't think it matters what IPs are attached to Magic as long as it's still Magic, and God, Magic be magicking, let me tell you. Like it's there's been a lot of great cards printed this year. I don't know, like I still might lean Edges of Eternity, man, for my favorite set. I love sci-fi. I love that set. I think it's a really great set. I love the fact that we got more Shocklands. Tezzeret's incredible. Um, that's another thing. We don't have planeswalkers in the universes beyond sets. So I like planeswalkers. I just do. I think they're good for the game. I think it's good that they're not printing them so heavily like they used to. But when they're thrown in, they're pretty daggone good.
that's true. That's true. No, I respect that. Edge of Eternities was pretty awesome. There was a lot of great cards that just came out in general last year.
Yeah. I
It
mean,
was a
we're not
good
there.
year cardboard.
There was also, oh, for sure, there was also the Tarkir Dragonstorm, which people oft forget, which happened near the start of the year.
True.
Um, there's just not a lot of use for it in standard, especially since they banned Corey Stillcutter. So I think people forget about it a lot, but still, I mean, such a good like in universe set as far as like the flavor and all the big dragons go burr. Like it's just fun, and I like that set too. But yeah, I really like Edges of Eternities, and I hope we see more of Edges of Eternities, like that plane of existence in Magic.
Yeah, I hope so too. 100%. It seemed like they were kind of setting themselves up for that, like something to explore in the future, like a little feeler of like, okay, are people interested maybe in this other area we could explore?
Yeah.
And
Well,
I think it was definitely
it
a
makes sense
success.
that it's a plane too, because like Eldrazi are from outer space. Like Eldrazi have been around since 2010, something like that. I forget when the Rise of Eldrazi came out, but somewhere around there. And yeah, so we've had, whether people want to admit it or not, we've had space and Magic for a long time, just closeted space. It was always talked about and never shown. Well, now we get to see it, and I hope that this next Eldrazi theme set that they're talking about, the fractured whatever, I think that's where people are speculating that more Eldrazi are going to come, and I hope we get more space there.
That'd be cool. Yeah, get some more station abilities, like station cards.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Mike doesn't play that deck hardly anymore, but that deck's crazy. His spaceships deck. Wish he would play it more. It's a great deck. Well, we never finished our Harambe's hot hits before the holidays, so we will get to that in a minute. But we only have black left, but we got to talk about Gotta talk about Lorwyn Eclipsed. Talk about in-universe
Yeah.
sets. This looks like a doozy. Comes out on my birthday, January 23rd. So I made the decision today. I'm going to buy a box, just a normal box for my birthday, on my birthday, because it comes out on my birthday. Feels like it's destiny. And hopefully I get a few of those shock lands. But really, there's a couple cards that stand out to me, especially this one's setting the internet ablaze. I'm sorry I had to steal it from you, but I'm gonna start off with the hottest of the drops, and that's Hexing Squelcher. So people have compared this a lot to Spider Punk, which still sees play for sure. This is just better. This is just a better Spider Punk. Um, it's a Hexing Squelcher. It's one generic and a red creature, Goblin Sorcerer. So Goblin Tribal, go Burr. This spell can't be countered. Okay, great. Ward, pay 2 life. Okay, it's got a little mini buffer on itself, in and of itself. Spells you control can't be countered. Spells you control can't be countered. Not just spells can't be countered. Spells you control can't be countered. Ooh. And then other creatures you control have ward, pay 2 life. This is probably going to see a ton of play everywhere. Every format, I could see this getting played. Commander, standard, modern. Again, the fact that it's a goblin too, really great. It's a 2/2, by the way. Not that that really matters, because you're playing it for all those abilities on the body. Great card, man. It's pre-selling for $48 right now as a rare. So that tells you the kind of hype that it has, because rares hardly ever, like mythics, sure, but rares never hardly ever pre-sell for that much. So I hope I pull one of these in my box, because good lord, this thing is nasty.
Well, sending good vibes your way, man. I hope you can pull it. It is a cool card. I think definitely more like higher end tables are really going to love this for CEDH
Yeah.
bracket 4, where you're really trying to combo off for a win, and being able to not have your stuff countered could be the difference between winning or losing.
Yep.
More casual tables, I don't know. I mean, you could play this against me and it's not going to affect me in a casual
Right.
format, but
But like even
in
casual
competitive
formats,
for sure.
the fact that it's a goblin too, like goblin tribal. Why
True.
not?
Krenko, like a
Yeah.
Krenko deck,
Yeah.
and yeah, Goblin Tribal for sure. It is a really cool card though, and I love the art.
The
The art
art.
is
Oh, dude,
beautiful, both of them.
time,
Extended art especially.
30-second timeout, dude. Just we've talked about it ad nauseum, and I don't care. Shout out to the art in this set. This art is what Magic is intended to be. The whimsy, oh my god, it is gorgeous, and that's why I don't even care. Realistically, I don't care if I don't pull anything good out of my box. I want all those arts, man. Even the Evolving Wilds is gorgeous.
Yeah. The
Gosh.
basic lands, I mean, even just the
Yeah.
basic full arts, it looks so good.
Beautiful, beautiful.
It reminds me a lot of like Bloomborough, where there's just like a lot of subtle detail, like in the art, where it's just well done. Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing I
Which
like it,
after, people complaining the last couple sets about, oh, is this AI art, or like people kind of on the art, it's kind of nice. Okay. Like no one can complain about this set
no.
and the art, because the art is just incredible in this set.
This is like the art of old, where it literally looks like artists hand painted everything and submitted it to WotC. That's exactly what it looks like.
Yeah. Like the art of old.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
exactly.
I've got another card too, but you go ahead and give one.
Okay. Uh, Ooh, this one. Okay, so I'm not really huge into blue typically, but this one I thought was really cool. Called Mirror Form. It is 4 and 2 blue for an instant. Each non-land permanent you control becomes a copy of target non-aura permanent.
Hmm.
Just forever. I think that's just like a really cool like blue potential finisher. I mean, the first thing that hit me was like an Urza deck. Like you could just have a bunch of artifacts that you just turn into constructs and just close out a game. I mean, there's a lot of really cool potential for how you could take this card, and Just fun. Just a
Not
fun design.
non-aura is very specific. They must have found in R&D like some crazy combo that would just destroy all formats or something with an aura. Hmm.
Yeah, I guess maybe because like auras, they have to target something when they enter the battlefield, and then they otherwise they can't just like exist statically without being attached.
Yeah,
That's
maybe so. Yeah.
maybe why. Uh, But just a cool card. I mean, whether you have something on your board that you want to have all of your permanents become copies of, or someone else has a Blightsteel Colossus, and you say, you know what, I want to turn all my non-land permanents into Blightsteel Colossus copies. I
Dude,
mean,
gross. Man, I don't know which art I
just
like better for this
crazy.
one either. I don't know if I like the full art or the regular one better. They're both incredible.
I haven't seen the full art. I got to look at that.
It's like the reason I like the full art is because he's literally looking into a mirror. But gosh, both of them are just gorgeous. This art, oh, dude, I I'm going to take my time opening all these packs. There's not going to be any skimming through comments. I'm going to be looking at every detail on every card. I'm going to make it a whole experience, dude. Like, God, it's gorgeous stuff. All right, so I don't. I'm not so sure if this will see a ton of play everywhere. Maybe it will. I'd say you'll probably see it in Commander just because Commander does nutty things, and this feels like it wants to do nutty things. I gotta shout out the biggest thirst trap in all the land, Oko Lorwyn Liege. Um, I was a huge Oko player back before he got banned and on Arena, making everything Elks. Y'all, bunch of pansies for wanting that card gone. Couldn't handle it. I mean, he's just a guy. He's just a little handsome man, shirtless, and stuff, turning stuff into Elks. What's wrong with you guys? But Oko Lorwyn Liege, this is gonna be a lengthy one, so bear with me because he's two sided. We have a transform planeswalker here. So you have to cast him for his blue side. That is a key distinction. But he's blue and green. Um, Oko Lorwyn Liege. He is two generic and a blue. Legendary Planeswalker. Oko. At the beginning of okay, I'm already screwing up. At the beginning of your first main phase, you may pay green. If you do, transform Oko. Okay, we'll get to the transform here in a minute. You could +2 up to one target creature gains all creature types. There's some silly things you can do with that. +1, target creature gets -2, -0 until your next turn. So you notice he doesn't have any minuses. Well, that's because when you throw him to his backside, he starts out at 3 loyalty, by the way, I should say. When you throw him to his backside, Oko Shadowmoor Scion. At the beginning of your first main phase, you may pay blue. If you do, transform Oko. So get him back to his other side. I love at your upkeep that you can decide which one you want. Yeah, you have to pay something each time, but who cares for the ability? -1, mill 3 cards. You may put a permanent card from among them into your hand. Great. Yes, that is great for -1. -3, create 2/3/3 green elk creature tokens. Give you some protection. I don't mind that. -6, choose a creature type. You get an emblem with creatures you control of the chosen type. Get +3/+3. Have vigilance and hexproof. I always screw up because we joke that we had this friend that used to call it vigilance back in the day. Me and Mike did, and we're like, it has the property of villages. So we always jokingly say vigilance, and now I'm screwing up doing it. But vigilance and hexproof. So God, you turn into that front side target, the up to um the yeah, up to one target creature gains all creature types. So you just do that a bunch with the +2, buff him up, and -6, and you get an emblem with creatures you control. The chosen type get +3/+3, have vigilance and hexproof. I'm putting this in Spider Tribal.
Yeah.
Oh
Good
my
lord, that's
god,
pretty
dude.
cool.
This is such a fun card. This is a kill on sight card in Commander. I don't know how it's going to perform in other formats, but it feels like it could be broken pretty easily. It's so good for tribal. Being able to give yourself protection, even like off the jump by giving something -2, -0 until the end of your next turn. Or until your next turn. Like, that goes a long way. Like, that will protect you from so many things, and you just build up those pluses. And god, man, like, being able to put something in your hand potentially for just -1, like, that's so valuable. I love this card.
Yeah.
Oko is that dude. um Again, Mr. Thirst Trap himself. uh
Got the abs just all oiled up in that photo.
Feet's
Just
out.
waiting.
He's got the feet out per usual. He's got the crown on. My boy's looking all like, "Come get me, everyone. Don't worry about all these elks. It's fine."
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I love this card.
No, that is cool. The emblem is awesome also.
Yeah.
If you can
Gosh.
get that emblem, that'd be so cool.
3 turns and you can have it. That's the thing about it, because
Yeah.
you got a +2 with him twice, and then you get it the next turn. So
And honestly, like Simic has a lot of proliferate mechanics as well. So I mean,
yeah,
depending on what kind of deck you're playing, you might be able to get that thing up there real fast.
yep. Oof.
Very cool.
Yeah, I
Nice.
might put that. I might get a copy for Titus, just for just cause.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that would be insane. Yeah. Uh, nice. All right, my second one was I went with a red card, trying to
Ooh.
just switch it up and choose colors that I was looking in the gallery earlier today, just at different colors that I usually don't look at. So red, this one actually is pretty cool though. Lava Leaper.
Ooh.
It is 3 in a red for a 4/4 creature. All creatures have haste. Whenever a player taps a basic land for mana, that player adds 1 mana of any type that land produced. So again, kind of one of those that's not going to be great in all decks that have red, but in the right deck, like a Krenko deck especially, or something like something red where you're just making a lot of tokens going wide and you're just playing mostly basics. I mean, this could be a
Or
pretty big problem.
or I mean, honestly, even in your Toph deck, this could work well, because uh y- you earthbend, and if you played the land that turn, you can give it haste.
True.
Yeah.
Earthbending, I think, gives haste on its own.
Does it?
It does.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, still, yeah,
I'm
when
thinking
you
about it.
when you tap a basic land
So,
for mana, you can add 1 mana of any type that land produces. I mean, still, I mean, it works, and there's nutty stuff you could play that you were going to want to give haste. So, you have Boomy in
yeah.
that deck?
I mean, no, it's on my wish list. I need to.
Yeah.
I honestly haven't bought in a lot yet. I've just kind of been relying on the Jumpstart booster material that we got and then my pre-release.
Well,
But
you did okay, kid. So,
eh, I do all right. I do all right.
yeah. Well, so instance, this interaction with Boomy unleashed. I mean, he doesn't have haste, but this gives Boomy haste. You get 2 combats right off the bat.
Yeah,
Seems decent.
true. And if I eventually get Liquid Metal Torque and I Earthbend Boomy, I can just have infinite combats because he'll
Yeah,
be a land.
that's true.
Liquid Metal Torque in this deck there's going to be a lot of just goofy, janky interactions.
Yeah. Why is this in Spanish? I swear I have a copy of this somewhere in my bulk. Yeah, that's really good with this is that Liquid Metal Torque's perfect with Toph, man. Phew.
For Toph?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, just the fact that she could earthbend herself and just give her that extra layer of protection. I mean, that's crazy.
It
And
is.
just goofy. Like,
Yeah,
just
I know.
goofy as hell.
That's
Like,
great. It's great, man. Good call though. That's a great card. I didn't even notice that one really. Kind of overlooked it. So Phew, a lot of good cards in Lorwyn. I'm sad it took them so long to preview them all, but we're here. We're a couple weeks away from getting it. Um, I'm real excited. I'm real excited. All right, let's do our Harambe's hot
Yeah,
hits.
let's do
Um,
it.
so black we agreed kind of on like we don't hate black. It's not our least favorite color for sure. Um, black is one of those where I've typically just supplemented it in decks. I've never really made it my main theme until Gwenum, and I still have a lot of work to do with that deck. But she might be the next deck I play. Spoiler alert. Um, yeah. So black is good because black goes in a lot of decks. Black is really good complementary color. But there's a lot of versatility on what black can do. And so it was hard, honestly, for me to pin down like two cards that belong in every deck. I want to go with Read the Bones, but I've talked about that a lot. I wanted to go with something new that, is cheap. And I think, honestly, is better than people are giving it credit for. And that's Villainous Wrath. Yeah, boo, Spider-Man set card. Who cares? This card you can get for 86 cents. It's 5 mana, 2 black, 3 generic. It's a sorcery. So it's a board wipe, but so target opponent loses life equal to the number of creatures they control, then destroy all creatures. You could potentially just kill one of your opponents with this card, depending on the time and when this is played. Like I could have died from this last night with all those plant tokens I had. Do you know what I mean? Um, I think this is great for
Or
commander.
Sam with his 16,000 scute swarms that he had.
Right, man. Like this
Yeah,
could in commander, this is an instant kill for certain players, and the fact that you get to reset the board after that and build up your stuff, maybe just win the game after this. I think this card's an incredible sweeper. It has a potential to kill one of your opponents. No one talks about this card, and probably because it's not very standard viable because it's 5 mana and everything's super duper fast these days in standard. But for commander, if you're running black, why not run Villainous Wrath, dude? Like one of the better board wipes, on my opinion.
yeah. I mean, especially if you don't want to spend the $20 for damnation. I
Right.
mean, that's like a really great alternative.
It costs 1 mana more, and it does an additional thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool.
86 cents. 86 cents. So that's my first card.
Yeah, you can't beat that. Can't beat that. Well, my first one, I went with two Corvold specials just because that's really, I guess, the only deck that I use black frequently. And I don't know, I like black. I think black has like really great card draw. It definitely has some strong creatures. It's just a little mean for my taste. Like I feel bad. I would feel bad playing a mono black deck, I think most times more than not.
Yeah.
Um, but the first card anyway that I went with was Dark Ritual. This is kind of a classic. So Dark Ritual, just a black for instant, where you can add 3 black to your mana pool. This has just come in the clutch so many times. I mean, this is not
Classic.
obviously some amazing game-winning card, but it could set you up at the right moment to really tip the scales.
And in
Um,
CEDH decks, like everybody runs it because you just pop off on turn one.
yeah,
Yeah.
but even just like casual commander, like if you have a commander that's just more costly, like Corvold is 5 mana. So if I have Dark Ritual, that is so much more manageable than having to fork over the whole 5 mana. So just pretty useful for 1 mana, instant speed. Not bad.
Super,
Not bad.
super useful, especially at instant speed, like you said, because who knows when it might come in the clutch. Just down the stretch, even late game, you might just need that little extra push.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great card, man. There's a reason that, like, everybody runs it in black. Like, literally everyone. There's no reason not to run it in black. um, my next one is a little off the beaten path, but I think something that this definitely feels like a deck or a black card that every black deck will want to run, and that's Phyrexian Reclamation. It's one black mana enchantment. You pay a generic and a black, pay 2 life, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Black does so much graveyard play. Being able to, at any time, even after it's just killed, bring something back to your hand from your graveyard at instant speed. Um, why not with this card? This card's great. It's only like you can get it for around $4. Actually, apparently you can get a copy out of the Dragon Storm Commander for $1. So yeah, why not, man? This card is incredible for black. Even in non-black decks, being able to pull like non-black heavy decks, if you just splash it, being able to pull something out of your graveyard at any time and back in your hand, that's just lovely.
And being able to just activate it multiple times if you wanted to.
Yeah.
I mean, even better.
Entomb into triggering for not triggering, but activating Phyrexian Reclamation. You know, just do what you want.
Yeah.
Great card, and for cheap,
That's awesome.
definitely consider it.
100%. All right, my last black card. I think I'm going to call it an audible. I was going to talk about another one, but
Okay,
I want to talk about this one instead.
I dig it.
So this one might not be in all decks, but if you like to have fun and you're running black, this should go in your deck. Revel in Riches.
Ooh.
I love this card. So 4 and a black for an enchantment. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, create a treasure. And at the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 10 or more treasures, you win the game. I love just always having like random alternate win cons in decks, and this one is just one of my favorites because it's just one that people can forget about. It's really easy to forget about being on the board, and making 10 treasures in the right deck is not very difficult.
Yeah.
So, possible way to win, or worst case scenario, it's just there in case other opponents' creatures die, and you get treasure tokens slowly but surely. But
Yeah, man.
just fun.
Great card. Yeah, it is 5 mana, but like you said, especially in a deck that loves to make treasures, you're probably going to easily have that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's one of those where it's like, sure, you can use your removal on it, but if you don't, you might lose to this. There's a good chance that you're going to lose to it.
Yeah. Well, it's just like your the card you won with last night where you had a creature with 20 or more power and you won the game. What's it called?
Oh yeah, Miles Aria.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When you kind of like
that's a cool one.
yeah, we knew right away it was a threat because you played it late game, but like if you play that early game and you just gradually build up a creature to 20, like okay, I'm going to win. What are you going to do about it?
Yeah.
Yeah, stuff like
It's kind of fun, you know, given.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
Like
those
you
alternate win cons.
Exactly. I was gonna say, like you said, those alternate win cons, very fun, very fun. Well, that's been Harambe's hits for black, and that's been our series. That's one we may bring back for other things, like I don't know. We'll think of something, but Harambe's hot hits will be something we bring up in the future. But for now, with the new year, we'll conclude with black. It's gonna be the year of the black for me, I think. Babe, we year of the swamps because I got that Doctor Doom deck on the horizons that I'm gonna be building, and then Gwenome I'm gonna be building up over the course of this year. So I think black's gonna be a lot in my future in Magic.
I was thinking about this today that I mean, if you're going to do those decks, maybe it would be kind of fun if we all were like, all right, in this year we're going to all like throughout the course of the year try to make one monocolor deck, like one black monocolor deck, and we just like over the next 4 or 5 years we just like all get one green, one white, one blue, one red, one black. And then we could just have our own little, you know, theme nights when we have our.
I
You're like,
like
all
it,
right,
dude.
everybody
Yeah,
bust out the black decks tonight.
you got to watch what you're saying there, brother.
So if you're doing, Yeah. In the context of magic specifically. Yeah. No, dude, that'd be fun though. If you're doing Doctor Doom, I was thinking about that this morning though. I was like, oh, I should try to figure out like a mono black deck, and then
Well, Sam already has Phage,
yeah, just
so
slowly.
we'll have Mike build a black one, Dan build a black one. Yeah, let's do it. This 2026 year of the swamp.
You're the swamp.
Yeah. I
I
dig it,
like it.
dude. Heck yeah. That's awesome. Okay. Yeah, well, we're a little lighter on the Harambe's market watch this time. Cards haven't really gone anywhere from Avatar other than up. Some of them have leveled off, like oh yeah, this is Harambe's market watch. This is their last segment of the night, per usual. Like the Walls of Bossing say has gone down a smidge, but it's just kind of hanging around that 25-ish range. Even the full arts, it's at 30. Um, so not terrible, but not great either. um, but like what I want to talk about is actually check your bulk, because with allies coming back and with lessons coming back, some stuff has shot up in price out of nowhere. For instance, Seagate Lore Master from Zendikar. This was just hanging out in my bulk rares in a sleeve in a box, just never gonna get played because it's 5 mana, right? And it's a Merfolk, a wizard ally, but it has a tap ability: draw a card for each ally you control. It's a 1/3. Well, with all these new allies printed, this card's kind of busted now. So it is. It is. I mean, there's a bunch of heavily, like, even damaged ones are selling for 840. I can't even imagine what a lightly played or near mint selling for. And mine's been in a sleeve the whole time, so it's darn near mint. I'd say probably somewhere around 10 to $12. Just this was like a not even a dollar, maybe a dollar card. And I could see it shooting up even more in price because I think allies are gonna remain in standard for a while. So more printings of allies. So check your bulk. This is your reminder to check your bulk.
I like that. That needs to be like a new thing within Harambe's market watch. To check your bulk.
Yeah.
Check your bulk, and we'll just have like Harambe, like his bulk just comes into the screen a little
He's
bit.
just flexing. And then Wan Tong Librarian started to come down a little bit, actually, at least for the full art. The full art's down to like $59.
Wonderful.
Which before, was
Okay.
like 70. So and then the
Getting
regular
there.
printing is like 37. So yeah, I think because it's not seeing standard play is why that it's going down. And I think it'll continue to drop a little bit because of that. I still want to get it in the 20s before I pull the trigger. Once we get there, I'm pulling the trigger. But 37 is not bad. If you want a New Year's gift to yourself or something, why not? Worth it if you're playing Commander.
For sure. And hopefully now that, we have 2 weeks before Lorwyn drops.
Yep.
Hopefully once attention starts to shift on that a little bit more, maybe we can get some more price settling. I still
Yeah.
think some of the earthbending cards, unfortunately, are just going to be what they are, just because there's just like that very niche, like animate lands group that wants all of this. Because why wouldn't you? They've been waiting a decade plus for something like this, and so
Yep. And like we said, there's not very many earthbending cards, honestly, in at least the ones worth playing in the grand scheme of the set. So, how's your speaking of Avatar
yeah.
though? How is your investment looking with your boy, Mister Red
Oh yeah.
Archer or whatever?
Let's see, long shot. So at least going off in mana box. Okay. Market price 510, median listing $6. I'm still in the negative, but we're less in the negative for where I got it for 9. So, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah, I'm seeing around $5 or $6 on TCG Player. So yeah, it's not it's evening out a little bit. like a maybe in a couple years you'll pay off and this will jump up to like $12 or something.
There you go. Yeah, this is going to pay for my retirement right here. Long shot in 20 years. This is my long shot.
Exactly, beautiful. Um, but yeah, I talked about it at the top too about like commons and stuff or and uncommons are just popping off price wise for Avatar. Like Boomerang Basics is $1.25 for an uncommon because that's the set and standard or the deck in standard right now is it lessons. Um, Accumulate Wisdom is getting up there. Combustion Technique even is getting up there a little bit. Like some of these uncommons, man, uh, they're popping off because this deck's popping off. This deck's too good. Like I don't know what Watsy can't win, man. Like they ban a deck and then it's all of a sudden the next deck just takes over. I will say though, as far as the meta goes, it's a pretty even spread between four decks right now. Is it Lessons, Demir mid range, and those are honestly pretty close together as far as like the meta percentage. It's like 13% versus 12%. And then 11% you got Jeskai Control, which is really Is it Lessons with more steps. And then you have Mono Red Aggro rounding out the top four at 10%. Which Mono Red's always going to be a key player. And if you've never seen Ristic Studies Red Deck Wins mini documentary, you should watch it because I've been a Red Deck Wins player in Standard for a while now. After they got rid of some of my favorite decks, I was like, screw it, I'll just play Red Deck Wins. And really understanding that Red Deck Wins is not just all about vomiting out your hand and a race to the finish. There's really like a lot of strategic pieces to it. It's a nice little video about Red Deck Wins. So check out that from Ristic Studies, my favorite Magic YouTuber for sure.
Check it out.
Yeah, this has been Harambe's Market Watch. Check your bulk.
Check it.
I don't have anything else. We talked about a lot tonight already, and I think we're just really amped up for Lorwyn. Are you gonna buy some Lorwyn at all?
I am. Yeah, I think I'm gonna start consistently buying pre-release kits. So I'm gonna pick up a pre-release
Nice.
and see where we go from there.
Heck yeah, man. That's awesome. Well, I don't have anything else.
Okay. Bye.
Okay, bye. Bye.